the day my kids were taken away from me. I felt like my whole world was ripped up.
He had grabbed me by the back of my head and swung and actually hit me right across my nose. And ended up busting my nose, and it gave me a black eye.
I've seen people shot in front of my face.
I definitely had times when I felt like I was never gonna get out.
I couldn't get enough of meth. I couldn't get enough of it. I just wanted more.
I didn't really want to go on it a few times. I didn't want to go on.
I started off basically from ages 6 on up, using methamphetamine, cocaine, marijuana, and alcohol.
When I was 6 years old, I started being sexually abused by a boy next door.
My parents got divorced when I was 2, and my mom remarried when I was 3. At about 5 years old, some of the physical abuse had started.
Covering up pain with drugs and alcohol. Pain from my childhood.
I smoked marijuana. I did cocaine. I did ecstasy. I did ketamine. I did acid.
Forgeries, stealing cars.
And I was 15, and my mom kicked me out.
I drank. I used meth, which was, the real addiction.
I grew up with a stepfather that molested me from ages 3 to 13.
I think I've done 5 treatment centers, twice in prison, many, many times in jail.
When I was 12 years old, I was raped. I knew the person. He went to the same school as me. It was really an experience for me that just really kind of set me off, set me apart from everyone else. Made me feel like I didn't really belong anymore. It was something that for a long time I didn't want to admit. It was just something that naturally you become ashamed of.
Drugs and alcohol, I couldn't take care of them. So I lost them. Which lost me, because my kids were me. We were together, we were one. So then a piece of me was gone. And then I went further down.
When I was 12, the sexual abuse had started. Right after I turned 14, I found out my sister was being hurt the same way, and it finally came out, and he was arrested and ended up serving 10 years for it. I started acting out really bad, felt like my mom betrayed me, and my mom actually ended up putting me into a foster home.
That was the beginning point of my addiction, when I had my ex-husband, who was a pimp, put me out there on the streets, and, you have to do this, and they scare you so bad with guns and stuff like that, that you don't know where to go. You're afraid of getting killed if you don't bring him back some money.
I lived a lesbian lifestyle, and I couldn't let go of that lesbian lifestyle because I hated men, and men were not okay with me. I learned that people use each other and they manipulate each other, and I learned to be a really good manipulator. I learned to use my addictions to use other people. And I ended up getting abused sexually and ended up getting pregnant. And I ended up having a little boy.
I think that there's been a few times where I thought I was just gonna basically roll over and die. Yeah, the waves were gonna crash me and I was gonna be gone. And I think that was probably when I was knee-deep in my addiction and I was on the process of losing my kids forever. Yeah. Nothing seemed to have any life to it anymore. It didn't even matter anymore.
Lost everything. I'd end up losing my job and my place, and pretty much had no place to go. And a friend of mine had told me about it, and I came and checked it out. Never in a million years did I ever think I'd end up in a shelter.
My sisters were a major part in helping me. They were the people that I would call when I was seeking help, when I was reading my Bible and in tears from what I was reading, and they would tell me things. They would send me text messages on my phone. So every now and then when I would be in the middle of getting high or breaking into a pop machine, I'd get a text message on my phone, and it was honestly exactly when God wanted me to get it. I remember my Bible was basically all I had at that point, and I know now that that's what God wanted me to do. He wanted me to grab my Bible. He needed me to grab my Bible. And from that point on, you know, I carried it with me everywhere. I carried it with me, you know, in my bag to the houses that I went to pick up drugs. I carried it with me in my bag, you know, with my drugs. It went everywhere with me. But that's what the end of my addiction looked like, is getting high and just spending time in my Bible, spending time seeking just answers. Why am I doing this? I don't want to be doing this. You know, that was just God bringing me to just the realization that I can be better.
I had lost my house I was buying for 11 years, kids and job, everything. So out of prison, I was told about Anna Ogden Hall by a girlfriend, and I used it as a release address. When I released from prison, I wasn't going to stay here. I had to go. I was not going to stay at Ogden Hall. This was the last place. I had to get out of here. And I was always on the go, really busy. Worked hard, became a workaholic after I lost my fiance to suicide. And I would not slow down. And I ended up thinking a job I was making very good money. And I had a very good job. I have a career. And I thought I could make it that way. And it didn't work because I didn't fix those wounds in there. And I ended up back in prison from Ogden Hall, relapsing on meth.
I did my time in prison and decided I wanted to change my life. And I didn't want to go back to drugs and alcohol. I didn't want to go back to that lifestyle. So I asked the Lord, show me what you want me to do. And I had a near-death experience. And I was really pleading with the Lord to please save me. I wasn't done yet. The Lord wasn't done with me yet either.
When I first came here to Ogden, it was, in my mind, it was do or die. I mean, this is the only hope that I have left. You know, I just wanted to die. I'm tired. I don't know how to live life on life's terms. I've tried, you know, I was like a binge user. You know, you just get tired of trying to live day by day the right way when you don't know how.
I think the point that it came to was I had heard my son say one too many times, "Are you sick today, Mommy?" One too many times. And I asked God to save me because I couldn't get myself out. I thought I could. I wanted to. I had the desire to leave that whole life, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it on my own strength, and I tried, and I met with my women's pastor. I met with the people I was supposed to, and I couldn't set down that addiction. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get close to my son. I couldn't find out who I was. I had lost everything that I ever wanted to become. I didn't know what to do, and I just fell to my knees, and I said, "God, will you rescue me, because I can't do this anymore. I don't know what to do." I wish I could say that was the last time I used.
I basically came from prison to Anna Ogden Hall. Directly, no passcode. Came and I knocked on the door. Looked inside. And I thought maybe I had the wrong place. So I walked out to the curb and I looked at the sign. Nope, it's Anna Ogden Hall. So I went back up and I knocked again. And this lady, she opens the door and she says, "Are you Angel?" And I said, "Yes, is this Anna Ogden Hall?" And she said, "Yes, welcome home." And I was like, this isn't a homeless shelter.
Being here at Anna Ogden Hall has given me more than just a shelter, more than just a roof over my head. It's given me some inner peace.
The class Iraq and my family that was here all played huge parts in that. Just a place where I could feel safe, and a place where I could have my daughter and feel that she was safe, and a place where I could go to work and provide for her, and in a way that I could gain my confidence back.
God has picked me up and put me on solid ground and planted my feet, And through my pain is my purpose. And God is, He has lifted me up and renewed me, yes. I have peace with it.
This time in my life is like a new birth in my life. It's like the old life has died, and I'm starting a whole new life.
I will never be the same again. I'm confident in my place where drugs and alcohol and all that's gone. I believe I've been delivered by God in that situation. It's a struggle every day, but I had to go through that thing to know that He was God.
Well, I can tell you I'm not emotionally sick anymore. I no longer desire to be a lesbian or a drug addict. I desire to be a beautiful woman of God, married someday. I have dreams and hopes.
I feel like I'm definitely still on a journey, moving forward through just addiction and pushing through just those barriers that still are there. Certain memories that come back into your head. There's just always something that that reminds you of those times, and so it's for me it's a constant thing. It's something that I always have to turn to God for, and I think that's the way He wants it.
It's been a great journey. It's been emotional and maturing and a growing experience for me.
I know God's got plans for me. I'm not quite sure what the big plan is, but I know He's got plans, and He's showing me little pieces day by day.
I think one of the best things about being here at Anna Ogden Hall is the fact that I know I have God on my side, and that He's got a purpose for everything that's happened and everything that I'm going through now and things I'm getting ready to go through.
He put me out of the storm and held me in His hands and said, "Honey, you're home. It's okay. And we'll get through this."
I think the most God did for me here is He taught me what love was. And He taught me how to love my son the right way. He taught me how to love people the right way. He taught me not to manipulate to get what I want. And He has set me free. I'm free to be the Cherie He created me to be.
I think if I had the opportunity to thank every person that has even put in one pair of socks or paid the light bill for Anna Ogden Hall or supplied my books, I would say, thank you for saving my life. Thank you for trusting in me. Thank you for just forgiving and believing that God can do His work and do it within these walls. Because without you, I wouldn't be who I am today. my children wouldn't have a chance of having a mom in their life. Thank you.
And it's just awesome what they've done. I can't thank them enough. I love this place, and I love this ministry, and I love Ogden Hall. I do.
I just would thank them for their prayers. Thank them for believing in me and not giving up on me.
Just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Just for making opportunities possible for women to provide for their children and to be better people and to be better moms. And I just want to say thank you, and I just hope that God blesses them.
Even though I don't know who they are, I am very thankful, and I love each and every one of them for giving a place for me and my girls.
Each time you donate to this place, Anna Ogden Hall or the mission, that you're sowing into a person's life. You're not just donating soap or money. You're donating into a person's life, rebuilding them, reshaping them, transforming them into a beautiful creation of the Lord. And I'm thankful, because without support, this place wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be here.